So this is the last session of bones of lower limb. So in this video we are going to discuss mainly of phalanges and also the sesamoid bones of lower limb. So we'll start with phalanges. Of course, same like our upper limb, we have 14 phalanges here, right? So in each foot, example like 2 for the great toe. So for the great toe you can see proximal phalange, distal phalange 2, right? And of course for the second metata means for 3 for each other toes, right? So as compared to phalanges of hand, these are much smaller and the shaft particularly of first row are compressed from side to side. Otherwise their arrangement and features are like similar to the upper limb, right? Coming to attachments on the base of distal phalange. So if you come into the base of distal phalange, there's attachment especially on lateral 4 toes like 1 2 3 4. For this lateral 4 toes, there's attachment of flexor digitorum longus on plantar surface and also extensor expansion on dorsal surface. So extensor expansion on dorsal surface, and they're saying lateral 4 toes. This is from medial side, so lateral 4 toes means like this 1 2 3 4. So for this lateral 4 toes, remaining of this great toe, leave this great toe. So for this 4 toes, there's attachment of flexor digitorum longus on plantar surface. This is the dorsal surface, right? So on dorsal surface there is attachment of extensor expansion. Coming to the great toe, there is attachment of flexor hallucis longus on plantar surface and extensor hallucis longus on dorsal surface. So very simple to remember. On plantar surface, for these 4 phalanges, you have flexor digitorum longus and also as the name flexor digitorum, digits, flexor compartment longus. And on extensor side or on dorsal side, you have extensor expansion. Coming to the great toe, on the plantar side you have flexor hallucis longus, on the dorsal surface you have extensor hallucis longus. Coming to the shaft and the basis of middle phalanges. So the flexor digitorum brevis on each side of the shaft on plantar surface and extensor expansion on dorsal surface. So flexor side on the plantar side, flexor digitorum brevis will give attachment, and on dorsal side there is extensor expansion for the middle uh, for the basis and shaft of middle phalanges. Let's come into basis of proximal phalanges. So this is the proximal phalanges, right? So for this basis here, the second, the third and the fourth toes are a lumbrical muscle on the medial side and an interosseous muscle on each side. So lumbrical and interosseous muscles are attached on the basis of proximal phalanges. Let's come into the fifth toe. The fifth toe is our little finger, right? So fifth toe, I have a plantar interosseous on medial side and abductor digiti minima and flexor digiti minima brevis on lateral side. Let's come into the great toe. For the great toe, you have abductor hallucis and part of flexor hallucis medially, and adductor hallucis and remaining part of flexor hallucis brevis laterally. Let's come into the fibrous flexor sheet is attached to margins of proximal and middle phalanx of lateral 4 toes. Means 1 2 3 4 for this 4 toes. So coming to ossification, the phalanx ossified by one primary center for shaft appears in 10th week of fetal life. The single secondary center appear in base, and it appears in proximal phalanx in 2nd year, middle phalanx in 3rd year, and in distal phalanx in 6th year. So these fuse with the respective shaft by 18 year. The big toe has 2 phalanges and their secondary centers appear in the 2nd and 3rd years and fuse with the shaft in the 18th year. So this is all about phalanges. Next, moving to sesamoid bones, they are located especially in the patella, and this is by far the largest sesamoid bone. So at the patella, we know it's not here. So here you can check out, this is the patella, this is largest sesamoid bone, and there's one sesamoid bone in the tendon of peroneus longus which articulates with the cuboid. So at the site of cuboid, you'll have one more sesamoid bone, right? So cuboid, of course, it will be here. This is a cuboid bone. So here you have one more sesamoid bone, okay, at the rate of the peroneus longus, and the sesamoid bone will be present in tendon of tibialis anterior, tibialis posterior, lateral adductor and also psoas major and gluteus maximus. So always remember sesamoid bone will be present only whenever there are tendons of muscles, and there are two small sesamoids in the tendon of flexor hallucis brevis. They articulate with the head of first metatarsal bone here with the first metatarsal bone, and next other tendons crossing the metatarsal phalangeal and interphalangeal joints may also have sesamoids. So this is all about sesamoid bones. So by this we completed this section on bones of lower limb. Next we'll start with front of thigh.